Hey, is this me? I can't tell.
Hey, we have a review of the new Megadeth song. It's called It's a Fatal Illusion. It's off of their new album, Dystopia, coming out January 22nd of next year. It's a new Megadeth song.
I know. It's been a little while.
It's the first album, first song with Chris Adler's on drums and Kiko Loreno as their new guitar player. No more Chris Broderick, but it's still very much Megadave. Because if you type in Megadeth into a search engine, it comes up with Megadeth.com, but it says Dave Mustaine official site. That's proof.
That's pretty funny. That's great.
So yeah, what do you think about this album or song?
So it's a new song. It's Megadeth. I mean, it's good. I like it. It's definitely miles above Super Collider. Definitely. But
Hard to do.
no, it's not. But it's, I mean, at least from my listens of it, there's not much special about the song. Like, it's a good song, but it's like one of those, I don't know, it's one of the like average Megadeth songs in my opinion. It's like, it's not mind blowing, you know. It's not a Tornado of Souls or Take No Prisoners or something like, you know, or even more recently, it's not like it's like Head Crusher or something like that. It's not any of those songs that like are kind of like, oh, this is the Megadeth song that I came to listen to on this album. And like I said, this isn't necessarily it. I like the intro. I think the intro is really, really cool. With how kind of chuggy and slow in a way it is. And yeah, it's, again, like I've been saying over and over again, sorry if I'm rambling on it, it's Megadeth. I mean, it's got its thrashiness. The only thing I'd say that's really weird is I think Dave's vocals sound really weird. You know, I've had this theory for a long time about Megadeth, where every other album, they usually tend to go back and forth between an album being really good and an album not being so good. So, like, you know, they put out United Abominations, which is, in my opinion, a fantastic album. And then they put out Endgame, and Endgame wasn't as much. And then they put out 13, and 13 was a really good album. And then they put out Super Collider, in which you guys, if you've followed us for a while now, you know our opinion of that album. So that's not that good. And the same thing kind of follows with his vocals. You know, United Abominations, I think, you know, Dave's vocals sound good. Endgame, they don't sound so good. 13, they sound good again. And then Super Collider, they don't sound good. But then here, they still sound kind of weird. Like, it's that really overly gruff style that Dave Mustaine sometimes has when he sings. And I don't like that style of singing. I think he sucks when he sounds that way, honestly, in my opinion. I just don't like it. I like, you know, again, the way he sounds on, like, 13 a lot better than that. You know, I can see a lot of people not liking the really kind of shrill voice that he has on those releases, but it's like, I don't know. That's just the version I like better. But then everything else is cool. You know, it's, even though there's no Chris Broderick, Kiko can still shred, so it's like he never left. Still lots of shredding going on, and the drums were cool. I mean, Chris Adler's a fantastic drummer. It's just that I don't know. It's nothing really stood out for me. Like, it's a good song for Megadeth to put out, for them to, you know, maybe say that, hey, this is a taste of maybe what our new album will be, and, you know, hey, we've learned from our mistake from the last album. But, like, I expect the rest of the album to be a lot better. In my opinion, I hope it's a lot better. I mean, it'll still be a good album if everything's of this quality, but it's an okay song, at least in my opinion. It's okay.
Did they record this song in 1988 and just didn't put it on an album? This seriously sounds like something straight off of So Far, So Good, So What, or like Peace Sells, where it's just like this just randomness of riffs and nothing really goes together, but somehow they make it work type of thing. You know, that's a lot of Megadeth songs from the 80s, I feel, until they got to Rust in Peace, where they actually wrote real songs. It's just kind of weird. Like, it's just, like, I'm not saying it's a bad song. It's miles better than Super Collider, anything off Super Collider. But I don't find this song to be super memorable. There's not a whole lot of memorable stuff here. I mean, the intro's cool. The riffs are alright. It sounds alright. I think the part that'll get stuck in your head is Dave Mustaine at the end going, "It's a fatal illusion." And, you know, that's it. But you know, a lot of the songs from the 80s with Megadeth have just, like, guitar solos at parts where you wouldn't think there would be a guitar solo, and, you know, then there's vocals over top of it, and that's what's going on here sometimes. And Kiko Loureano's, you know, I assume that he is doing the soloing on this song, and it's pretty good. I mean, it's Megadeth. It's Megadeth solos. I mean, every guitar player that Dave Mustaine has had in his band shreds, and they're good guitar players. What's going to be different? You know? There's not going to be much that's going to be different here. But it's cool. Chris Adler sounds fine. I feel he's going to be, you know, because I don't think he's like a permanent member of the band at all yet. No, he's playing some shows with them, but they haven't announced like, oh yeah, he's a permanent member of Megadeth now. You know, who knows? Maybe he's stuck in Dave Mustaine's framework. Maybe he didn't have much input on songwriting or something like that. You know, it isn't a standout performance like it is on almost every fucking Lamb of God song, you know. But it's good, and it works. One thing that really stood out to me, I really thought, like, Dave Ellison's bass was pretty fucking rad. After the intro, when the main riff starts kicking in or whatever, you know, it starts off with the bass, and I'm like, dude, this is seriously straight out of fucking the 1980s. Like, I seriously think that's what probably happened with this song. They just recorded it a long time ago and then decided to re-record it or wrote it. It's like, holy shit, man. It's kind of cool. Because, you know, yeah, I mean, every other Megadeth album is either good or it sucks fucking wang, for the most part. Like, in my opinion, Killing Is My Business is not that great of an album. But Peace Sells is a pretty alright album. So Far, So Good, So What's an alright album. Rust in Peace is a fucking masterpiece. Like, it even goes back to their beginnings, you know? Then they got on a little bit of a roll there, with Countdown to Extinction and Euthanasia. Cryptic Writings is alright. And then there's Risk. And then there's probably the most forgettable Megadeth album, and one of the most forgettable albums in history, and that's The World Needs a Hero. Half the time I forget that album even exists. And then they did The System Has Failed, which is alright. United Abominations, which is good. And then, like Keith said, Endgame is kind of whatever to me. 13's really good. We don't speak of Super Collider. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That album sucks. But this song is cool. It's alright. Yeah, and I do think Dave Mustaine sounds very fucking weird on this song. Like, the whole time, he just sounds weird. Weird production to his vocals. But who knows? Hopefully the rest of the album is good. If it's anything like the album art, it's going to be fucking awesome. The album art for this album is fan-fucking-tastic. You know? The album art for Super Collider was not fucking fantastic. Right away, when you saw the album art from Super Collider, before you even heard the album, you're like, what the fuck is this? It's like atoms crashing into each other or some stupid shit.
Well, it does make sense. I mean, Super Collider, that's what it does.
Yeah. I don't know. The song's alright. Any last thoughts?
Gotta make sure I put the mic on the right setting. No, I mean, we've basically covered everything that I want to say. It's an okay song. It's nothing, you know. No offense. I mean, I probably won't listen to the song too much before the album comes out, and I'll probably forget the song exists up until the album comes out, or maybe in passing I'll be like, oh yeah, this song exists. But, you know, that's probably all the enjoyment I'll get out of it, is that. So, yeah, it's alright. Yeah.
Stay tuned for the next video.